other hot topics here in Florida. Another one would be medical marijuana.
Yeah.
I know that there's the big fight between John Morgan and Debbie Wasserman Schultz about it. Um, what are your thoughts about expanding access to medical marijuana?
Let me let me tell you, I've had stage in 2012. I had stage for lung cancer. Okay, I was healthy otherwise, very healthy, and I am now. But I got aggressive chemo. I mean aggressive. I sat sometimes and they ran that shit into me for 3-4 hours.
Oh, wow.
I got radiation. I got the full panoply. And marijuana saved my life.
Mm-hmm.
And these people that will not accept the evidence and say there is no evidence, I'm your evidence. Chemo is one of the most debilitating things you can do. It is a chemical that's trying to kill you and your cancer. They just hope it kills the cancer before it kills you. And if it wasn't for marijuana, I might have quit that chemo right in the middle. It relaxed me. It enabled me to weather the storm of the chemo. That I can testify to. I think marijuana ought to be legal, period.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm glad.
In the states where it has been legalized, like Colorado, every factor that they said would be increased by marijuana, recreational sales, decreased. Actually decreased. So I think that the medical marijuana's time in the state of Florida is now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was just actually in Colorado, and I can tell you, besides the fact that, well, it has decreased the crime, and also it's a big revenue producer for the state.
Oh, yeah. And, these times we need some revenue.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. How do you...
But they're cutting taxes for rich people like me. My taxes should be 10% more.
Mm-hmm.
This country has to be supported. And I know this is not much to do with the state, but our VA doesn't have enough money to take care of our veterans. And they're starving everything, and our country won't operate properly, and then they point at what they caused and say it's not operating properly, and they're the only ones that can change it. It's just a big con switch game.
Mm-hmm. Well, in regards to taxes, the relevance to Florida is: would you change the fact that there's no sales tax and no inheritance tax in the state?
Those are things I would have to look at real closely. I am not sure exactly how, to get more tax revenue in the state of Florida. I have started looking at that question. Suffice to say that, yes, I would be looking for ways to increase taxes on people that can afford it.
Mm-hmm. How do you believe...
That won't get me elected, will it?
Well, research it. Who knows? It just depends on your district.
Yeah.
How do you believe your business experience, and if you can explain that a little bit to the readers that may not know, will help you if you get elected?
I'm sorry.
That's fine. I said, how do you believe your business experience, and if you can explain a little bit about your business experience and how long you've been in business to the readers that may not know, I want to know, how do you believe that'll help you if you get elected?
Well, I mostly business just comes natural to me. I don't even know how to explain it. you're presented with a problem or something like that. You deal with it, and that you take care of it in the most logical and the best way that serves your interests and everybody else around your interests. My main thing that I understand process, and I didn't learn it, but it's something I think is natural in me. But when I studied the law, because they were attacking me, I spent 10 years in a law library, and I studied. And I'm an introvert, so I didn't ask a lot of questions or anything. I just went from book to book. I read. I did ask some questions. I found a librarian that helped me up there, and I'm an accomplished researcher. And if you look to our legal system, absent the human touch, what humans make things, they try and bend things, twist things, turn things around. But the legal system for process is the best system in the world. And if everything like legislation was in people's minds, I'm not talking about taking it to court, but if it was taken through a process that courts have, like taking relevant evidence on both sides of the issue, having an impartial decision maker, and limiting the evidence, putting people under oath. That's something I would say if someone testifies in front of the legislature, they should be put under oath. They tried that one time, and they found out that their testimony completely changed from when they were under oath from when they weren't under oath. So that's something I would push for in the legislature. Putting them under oath to make sure they're telling the truth when they're talking that crap.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a good idea. Because
that's what I learned. I learned process.
Yeah, because a lot of people aren't being held accountable nowadays for their actions.
They look at things from their interest and not at what the people's interest and what will do the job the best.
Do you feel from what you've seen that there's a lot of political corruption in the state of Florida?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think that whole paper play system is corruption.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think when Danny Young's flying over Lake Okeechobee, which is a big toilet for Big Sugar and Big Ag, and they start sending her donations after their little meeting that nobody knows what the hell was said, and they're in the amounts of $25,000. What the hell are you supposed to believe? She's worse than Hillary.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to vote for Trump. I'm going to vote for Hillary, but she's worse than Hillary. She doesn't understand, or she doesn't care what her actions are going to look like and what people are going to think, because they just have all the money in the world and they can buy their votes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of people not being held accountable in the state for their actions, and the problem is that they've been getting away with it for so long. It's time that somebody actually holds them accountable, and I think that's the rhetoric throughout the whole United States. They're tired of politicians or people that hold more power than them abusing the taxpayers and not being held accountable.
You could say I said that.
Okay.
I like what you just said.
Thanks.
Exactly.
So my final question is, you're obviously a very successful businessman, and like I said, your business is getting a lot of traction up here in Clay County in the news. Apparently, back to the political corruption, seemingly there was a sheriff candidate in Clay County who was actually caught on video using their county.
What?
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
They were caught on video using a county police vehicle to go to your club.
How is that corruption? I mean, I don't know the circumstances. He might have been here and had some free time. He couldn't go rent a car just to come to my club. I don't understand why that's corruption.
Well, I'm just saying, well, apparently, I guess it's against the law for them to take a county vehicle outside of business.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they broke the rules just leaving the...
They broke the rules of leaving and taking the cruiser there. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Oh, all right. Okay. I don't know anything about that.
Yeah. Because you have tons of famous people, etc., that come to your club, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We have entire football teams, and coaches, and just celebrities, stars. And I'm not there all the time. Our club, the mindset is they don't bother me. When Guns N' Roses is there, they don't call me up and say, "Hey Joe, Guns N' Roses is here." I just, it's just a daily occurrence almost.
Yeah, you're probably like, yeah, I have their phone number. What's the big deal?
No, I don't know. I don't know any of them. I don't particularly. I'm not enamored with celebrities. I just, I kind of want to know what's in their head and how they think and what they think about their fellow human beings and what kind of people they are. That's what they're acting. So I'm not too enamored with them unless I would really get to know them, and I don't know any of them.
You're like me. You believe that everybody's equal and that you don't have to go and wave a flag or get an autograph because they're...
Shaq O'Neal comes to the club with his entourage. He wanted to come in free. I wouldn't let him in. Wouldn't let him in free. I would let him in. I wouldn't let him in free. He's got plenty of money. Who the hell does he think he is? So...
I hear you. Well, in closing, is there anything that you want to say to the voters of the district about your campaign, how they can get actively involved, if they want to volunteer? Is there a website or?
Yeah, it's Vote Joe Redner.